Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. And in today's topic, I'm going to discuss about the Venom symbiote from the MCU. So the last time I talked on the MCU, I was talking about the multiverse. And of how I like about it and what's cool about the multiverse and how the multiverse works or any universal stuff whatsoever. But this might be the last one of the MCU, maybe? Well, maybe. I don't know. But of this point of the MCU, I'm talking on the Venom symbiote, and of what I understand about the Venom symbiote just in general. So when we first see the Venom symbiote, or how I first saw the Venom symbiote, I saw it in Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3, and what the Venom symbiote did to Peter Parker. Reminding him about the death of his uncle, Uncle Ben. But when we see more of the Venom symbiote, we understand that the Venom symbiote turned into a different Spider-Man that, well, to me, I just wonder, what if I was in my own Spider-Man costume and my Spider-Man costume is more black than the regular Spider-Man that we know, and only nothing black, everything black in that Spider-Man. And this could be the first Spider-Man that gone black. But, however, there's more to the Venom symbiote than you think. Apparently, when it latches onto a host and reminds you what it will remind you of, not only it will give you a memory of something, but also a change of personality within yourself. Like the Venom symbiote understands that part of you and really wants to feel that way. With this instance with Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3, this Spider-Man's Peter Parker has gone brutal. Brutal in the fact that he was just trying to chase down the person that killed his uncle. Flint Marko. Because Peter Parker is just someone that just felt the pain and anguish losing his uncle, and it took it out on Flint Marko because even though he got the wrong guy, from before, from the first Spider-Man movie. Then we see the right person he's going after this time. And the Venom symbiote has turned this Peter Parker into a revengeful version of what Spider-Man really isn't about. He gone angry, he gone mad, he really meant every word, everything because of what he really feels about his uncle. And really laid it down on Flint Marko. And so he beat the crud out of him until he was nothing but landing in a puddle, and the sand became mud. So this indicates anyone with the power of the Venom symbiote were gone to the extreme with anger, being mean, and being mad. But to the Venom symbiote in a different light with its own movie, this isn't something out of what Eddie Brock would not normally do, but what the Venom symbiote has made him changed into. But it's what the Venom symbiote was making him do. This instance. Like he's eating everything, like nothing is just but carnage to him. Like that's how he eats according to the Venom symbiote. Like nothing but eating. Like I get it. People need to eat their food, but it's kind of like the Venom symbiote is like starving when we see this version of Eddie Brock. But in a different Eddie Brock from Spider-Man 3, we see that this Eddie Brock is also taking it out on Peter Parker because of what this Eddie Brock made Peter Parker feel. Kind of like what he just said. Humiliation. And the Venom symbiote reminds him about what Peter Parker did to him and wants nothing but to lay it down on Peter Parker the way Peter Parker laid it down on Flint Marko a little bit. Although Spider-Man isn't made out of sand, this time it's on an actual real living human than not just a human made out of sand. So, it seems that there's a part of you that wants the Venom symbiote that just wants to make you feel the way the Venom symbiote wants to make you feel because of why you want to feel that way. without anything but just feeling that way. So, his revenge over Uncle Ben never came from nowhere, and Eddie's Brock humiliation in the Daily Bugle didn't come out of nowhere. That was just really deep inside of you, feeling that way, and you want to finally get a chance to do about it. What are you gonna do about it? Finally getting a chance to finally have a say, to take revenge. That's how the Venom symbiote works. To make you feel how you should feel within the host of the Venom symbiote. So, that being said, it's time to discuss about, well, if I had the Venom symbiote, it's what I would harbor inside of what I would not normally do, but what the Venom symbiote may change me into. Although I'm afraid of being mean, angry, and mad, I'm thinking this is what the Venom symbiote would want me to feel. Just the anger, just the mad, just the mean. And that's all the Venom symbiote wants from inside of me. To feel the anger, to feel the hatred, to feel being mean and being mad. And you want to lash it out on people. For me, in this instance, I would really lay it down because of what I experienced for the first time in my life of what meant everything to me. I wouldn't say it's because of my uncles. No. The one thing that the Venom symbiote will remind me of was the day when I lost being special. It will remind me of the day I was special and remind me of who was the one responsible for it. My mom. For what she was. And would I have the audacity to do that to my own mom? Well, first off, I would just have voices in my head saying, "Your mom made you feel this way, Kevin. And what are you going to do about it? Oh, your mom is nothing but a traitor to you. Doesn't it make you so angry so? Doesn't it make you feel mad so? Doesn't it make you feel mean so? Kevin, you've been holding back because of your feelings. I want you to feel this way. I want you to. Take it out on your mom. Or what if I take care of her for you?" That would be the last regret I would ever make because of, well, I know what isn't me. But the Venom symbiote will make me do what is not normally me a little bit. But also a part of me of what I wouldn't regret so I guess that Venom symbiote would just want me to feel the rage on my mom and let it out on her, laying it down on her. And the Venom symbiote would want me to feel it, and it would just possess me. Because if I won't do it, I guess the Venom symbiote will. As much as I would try to fight it, just like how Peter Parker did fighting off the Venom symbiote, I would definitely do the same thing too. Like try to stop it. When my parents aren't around. And then, when I would take out the Venom symbiote, I would try to do the same thing Peter Parker did. Ah! And get myself out of there before it gets any worse with my mom. And the Venom symbiote wouldn't take this lightly. Either I'm with him or against him, and I would be definitely against him because of what the Venom symbiote would have made me feel. But I swear, this is just like, well, sort of what Jenny said in the Chamber of Secrets, saying that it wasn't her fault. Riddle made her when she was being possessed by the book. All that rage, that would definitely send me to the Rage Lantern Corps. So the rage would just give me the red lantern ring, should it come to my finger, but let alone the one thing about the Venom symbiote, there's another thing I would talk about on the fact of superheroes. This is on, well, what I would talk about the power rings of that being its own video because of, well, the power rings would call to you, but that's in a different video. This is just a video about the Venom symbiote, and what the Venom symbiote is making me feel that I would not normally feel, and taking it out on people that has a problem with me. And I would still feel the way because I would never get a chance to do that, but the Venom symbiote would definitely want me to do something about that. So this is kind of like the advice that I've been holding back on without hesitating and without hesitations. Finally, I'll get to do something that I've been holding on to for some time because of why I would just hesitate. And that's why I hesitate, because would I really want to do that? No. But the Venom symbiote would let me do that. So, I guess that's a part of me that just needed to come out. So, there you have it. There's just a part of you that wants to feel that way, and would you want to let it go? Me, I would big time. Because I would never, ever want to go back to the Venom symbiote just because the Venom symbiote would make me feel, but apparently Eddie Brock wouldn't let go of what the Venom symbiote had helped him with. To make him feel a chance to finally get revenge over Peter Parker. But to me, I'm not much of the revenge type. The Venom symbiote may be doing this to me, but am I the one that would want to take revenge over something that I would want to take revenge on? No. I may feel that way, yes, but I would want to break away from the Venom symbiote. Because of, I would never, ever want to feel angry, mean, or mad ever. And I feel that too. So if the Venom symbiote would, do this to me, I would want to fight back. Because of the Venom symbiote. Although I might make myself vulnerable just because I would want to fight back on the Venom symbiote, I'll do the logical choice but to run from it and find a way to fight back against the Venom symbiote before it would get to me. So it's kind of like the personality that will never make you go away from me. Like, it'll latch onto you like a bug. Like if you want to squash it, it'll never go away. It will just want to latch onto you and boom. The Venom symbiote will always be a part of you because of what you have harvested within yourself. More like your opposite, if you will. So there you have it, of what is within me because of the Venom symbiote. Because of what I would definitely feel and how I would just try to get myself out of the Venom symbiote because I would never want to feel that way, but I would want the Venom symbiote to not do this to me even more because I don't want to hurt my mom's feelings even further. Kind of like adding salt to the wounds, don't you think? So, I do not want to add salt to the wounds to my mom any further. Because of why I really love and care about her. So, there you have it. Enough said. And I'll see you all in the next video. Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. Alright, so, enough about Lyle and the Venom symbiote, now it's time to talk on something else. And this time it's on Dementors. So I'm going to explain to you about everything I understand about the Dementors. So first off, to understand about Dementors, to all of you, Dementors were once sailors. They were once humans. And the reason why they were Dementors, well, was because of when they used to have been humans. Sailors, to be more precise. And because of these sailors, and because of Echrisdis, I get why they're foul. And why they would do something like this to a person. Like for Harry, for example. This is just making Harry to relive what happened to his parents. And I don't know what might be the shell of Harry Potter. But if you want to think of what the shell of Harry Potter would be like, should the Dementors continue to feed on him? Should Harry Potter to be an Azkaban? What if Harry Potter was in Azkaban and the Dementors would just feed on him? And imagine what the shell of a person Harry Potter would feel and instantly become a Dementor just like the sailors were. And with all this information about the Dementors, I now get it. Because of Echrisdis and the sailors around in this prison, and they felt something that is unpleasant that they cannot stand. The sailors were nothing but being under the influence of the biggest, darkest magic there is. And because of that darkest magic, it's how Dementors came to be. So inside of the sailors, there was dark magic within themselves because of why there was dark magic in the sailors to begin with. And because of that dark magic, it manifested into the very living thing that these sailors have become. They were then and feel the dark magic, feeling in the surge of them until they would become Dementors. And I think that's the very shell of a person. And how the sailors feel? Well, nothing but fear. Nothing but why they were just afraid, why they were just screaming. They were just afraid and a whole lot of fear coming out of them. And of all that fear, all that scaredness within themselves manifested those Dementors inside of them. So that's why the Dementors no fear because of what they once were. When they were once humans. And that's a very shell of what might happen to you. You would become a Dementor. Because of your fear. Because of why you would be afraid. But for Dementors, just in general, Dementors, they're nothing but hooded figures. They don't have eyes. Literally don't have eyes. But can actually sense you because of the fear you have. If you have a fear, the Dementor will want to be near you, want to be next to you. Because of your emotions. Your emotions will attract Dementors. So if you don't want to attract emotions, so if you don't want to attract Dementors, I'm thinking you better be emotionless so that Dementors won't come to you. Or in this instance, if you just feel the emotions of anger, being mean, being mad, they won't ever come close to you. So if you want to not let the Dementors come to you, you better feel that way. Otherwise, the Dementors would definitely come at you. Just be like a dark wizard or something. Be the embodiment of anger, mean, and madness, so that you won't ever attract Dementors. Just show the embodiment of anger, mean and madness, and the Dementors will leave you alone. But if you show off too much emotions, then the Dementors will come down and make you experience the worst memories of your life. So for this instance of, for me, if a Dementor would come up to me and suck all the worst memories, they'll just make me relive all the worst memories. This is just what the Dementor would just feed me on. Because of, why I was mad, why I was angry, why I was mean. And irritable. It would just remind me of the very human enemy that would make me feel just wanting to be alone and away from people. So the shell that I would become would be just more introverted than you think. Just wanting to be away from people because of how I know how I behave. I behave to them because of my feelings towards them, and because those Dementors make me feel that way. It's almost like they're the Venom symbiote, but not really. They would only latch onto you because of those memories. And we live those memories. So by a Dementor coming to me, so this is nothing but acting yet again. The last time I acted, it was on because of why I was a Deadite. Well, of what would make me a Deadite. But this time, this is just acting of what a Dementor would do to me, and of how, well, the reactions I would get away from people. But first off, I have to be like the Dementor in order to make this happen. Well, that's just one Dementor. But if there was plenty Dementors, that would go to the extreme. Big time. Because of all the anger, all the hate, all the irritablishness, all the being mean and being mad, all of that. Reminding me of all of that, and I would to be like, if I was in a compartment of humans and Dementors in the train, I would be like, why are you close to me? Ugh, get out of here! Get out of this compartment! Sorry about that. Get out of this compartment! Stay away from me! Get out of here! The other people would be like, what's going on with you? Why do you want us to leave? I just want to be alone! Out now! And then they would listen to me and leave the compartment. I would just say that out of rage, anger, and fear because of the Dementor made me feel. They wouldn't understand it, but I would just be nothing but by myself, afraid, shy. And even if I'm at the Hogwarts house, of my Hogwarts house, and I still feel that way, even at Hogwarts, all I would just be is just be by myself. No one I would ever want to talk to, ever to want to be with them, be close to them because of the effects of the Dementors, of what the effects that they did onto me. And by that would trigger all this anger and rage, being mean, being mad, and irritable. So for their sake, so I just don't want to be near people. I may have done that to them, but the Dementors are making me feel like the shell of a person that would always want to make me feel that way. And if I still feel those emotions, I know the Dementors would still come to me and would still be like what they would do to me. No! They would make me more sad and depressed more than ever. Sad and depressed. Would make me more feel isolated than ever, being near people, still being afraid and shy. And even with the Hogwarts ghost of Helena Ravenclaw, she would come up to me and say, "What has gone up with you? What is going on with you?" I would just ignore her and run away from her. And Helena Ravenclaw would just be, "Why were you being rude?" I would just be nothing but running away from her because of the damage was done to me. But Helena wouldn't get away from me. "You're being so rude. You're being so mean. Stop being this way to me. And you stop coming up to me. You do not know what I feel, Helena. The Dementors made me this way. That's why. Just leave me alone, Helena. Dementors. Now I get why you were running away from me. I won't let you go. I think this is just the effects of what the Dementors have made you feel. And I'm sorry that you were feeling this way. I guess that Dementors are making you a shell of a person that you're not. Thank you for telling me. I understand that you didn't mean to be mean on me, but I think I can relate with you. You weren't the only one who also feels anger, mean and mad. I'm also the same way because of my mother. But that is that I never met with Dementors before, but I think the Dementors are making you feel the shell of a person that's just like me a little bit. You don't have to be me. But I understand why you're shy. I know the feeling of being shy. Just, I'll give you some space if you want. But just realize the truth. You're not an angry, mean, mad, or irritable person. Remember that. But what if the Dementors will come and feed on me, and like that again, and remind me of that again? I can't stand to relive those horrible memories again of me being mean, mad, angry, and irritable. I really don't. I'm just afraid. Just scared. I understand. Might I know your name first? Kevin. Kevin Mange. I understand, Kevin. I'll give you some time, and I'll leave you alone. I'll just talk to people on why you were feeling this way. It's due to the effects of the Dementors. and I believe the others wouldn't give up on you either. I know that you never meant to feel this way, right? No. No. I knew it. It's all right. Stay. I just want to hug you. I promise I won't make you afraid of me. And then by hesitating of that, Helena would get her chance to hug me because of, what I feel. So, that's just what the Dementors would do to me and would remind me of the person that I know that I'm not. And Helena would try to comfort me. And after comforting me, Helena would leave. So, there you go. There you have it. Dementors explained, and more about me explained. And now I just have 2 more things to talk about to end this personal stuff of personal videos, and that'll be the last of the personal videos. Unless if they might come up again, but who's to say that I would want to make it come up again, but I just need to get all these personal videos out of the way first. And the last 2 videos to talk on is the Mirror of Erised and Boggarts. I'll explain about Boggarts in that video. But much about them in that video. But not here, in that video. Later.